Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a heartwarming sci-fi story about the power of kindness. It was inspired by me, the creator of this channel, who came up with the idea to create a story about kindness. I had to bring it to life. So, I set out to create a story that would not only entertain but also inspire our viewers to be kind to one another. I hope you enjoy this story and that it reminds you of the importance of kindness in our world. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. In a far-off galaxy, there was a planet named Kindness. It was a beautiful planet, covered in lush green forests, crystal-clear rivers, and vibrant wildlife. The inhabitants of the planet, the Kindnessians, were a unique species. They had evolved to possess an extra sense, the ability to feel the emotions of others. This gift allowed them to understand and empathize with each other, which made their society one of the kindest and most harmonious in the galaxy. One day, a spaceship crashed on Kindness, and its lone survivor, a humanoid alien, was badly injured. The Kindnessians quickly came to the alien's aid and nursed it back to health. They learned that the alien's name was Zax and that it came from a planet called Hatred. Zax was amazed by the kindness and generosity of the Kindnessians. It was something he had never experienced before. On Hatred, the inhabitants were always at war with each other, and kindness was seen as a weakness. Zax had been sent on a mission to find a new planet to conquer and enslave, but he had crash-landed on Kindness by accident. As Zax recovered, he spent time with the Kindnessians and learned about their way of life. He saw how they treated each other with kindness and how it made their society flourish. He began to realize that kindness was a strength, not a weakness. He felt a warmth in his heart that he had never felt before. As Zax prepared to leave Kindness and return to Hatred, he knew that he could not conquer and enslave the Kindnessians. He knew that their way of life was too precious to destroy. Instead, he took their message of kindness back to Hatred, and he slowly began to change his planet's way of life. At first, he was ridiculed and mocked, but over time, more and more Hatridians began to see the value of kindness. They saw how it made their society more harmonious and productive. Zax became a hero on his planet, and his message of kindness spread across the galaxy. Years later, Zax returned to Kindness, and the Kindnessians welcomed him with open arms. They saw how he had changed, and how he had brought kindness to the rest of the galaxy. Zax told them that they had given him the greatest gift of all, the gift of kindness. He knew that he could never repay them, but he would spend the rest of his life spreading their message of kindness to others. And so, the Kindnessians and Zax continued to spread their message of kindness across the galaxy, touching the hearts and minds of all those they encountered. They knew that kindness was the most powerful force in the universe, and that by being kind to one another, they could create a better world for all. After the Kindnessians and Zax spread the message of kindness throughout the galaxy, they were hailed as heroes. But the journey wasn't easy. There were those who opposed the idea of kindness and wanted to maintain their old ways. They started to spread propaganda, labeling kindness as weakness and calling for the return of the old order. The Kindnessians and Zax knew they had to act fast. They created a coalition of planets that believed in kindness and began to spread their message further. They showed that kindness was not a weakness, but a strength that brought people together and created a better world. Slowly but surely, more and more planets joined their coalition, and the propaganda of the old order lost its power. The universe was changing, and it was all thanks to the power of kindness. As they traveled the galaxy, the Kindnessians and Zax encountered new challenges and made new allies. But through it all, they never lost sight of their mission, to spread kindness to all corners of the universe and create a better world for all. And so, the journey continued, with the power of kindness leading the way. As the Kindnessians and Zax continued their journey to spread the message of kindness, they encountered a new challenge. They came across a planet where the inhabitants were at war with each other. The planet was divided into two factions, each believing that their way of life was superior to the other. The Kindnessians and Zax knew they had to act fast to prevent the war from escalating further. They used their ability to feel the emotions of others to understand the root of the conflict. They found that both factions had suffered greatly in the past and were acting out of fear and mistrust. The Kinesians and Zax worked tirelessly to bring the two factions together. They showed them that their differences didn't have to tear them apart but could instead be used to complement each other. Through their patience, empathy, and kindness, they managed to break down the walls of mistrust and fear, and the two factions finally came together in peace. As the Kinesians and Zax bid farewell to the newly united planet, they knew that their journey wasn't over yet. There were still many planets and civilizations out there that needed to hear the message of kindness. They vowed to continue their mission and spread kindness to all corners of the universe. And so, they set out again, ready to face new challenges and to show the power of kindness to all who would listen. The Kinesians and Zax knew that their work was not done yet. They continued to spread kindness wherever they went, but they also realized that they had inspired others to do the same. They had started a movement, and it was growing stronger every day. And so, they decided to take a step back and let others take up the mantle of spreading kindness. They retired to a small planet on the outskirts of the galaxy, where they could rest and reflect on their journey. But even in retirement, they continued to receive messages of gratitude and hope from those they had touched along the way. They knew that their journey had made a difference in the universe, and that was all they had ever wanted. As they sat under the stars, reflecting on their journey, they knew that kindness would continue to spread, and that they had played a small part in making the universe a better place. As the Kinesians and Zax journeyed through the universe, they encountered many challenges and made many new friends. They had spread the message of kindness to countless planets and civilizations, and they had seen the positive impact it had on people's lives. Years had passed since they first started their journey, and the universe had changed in ways they could never have imagined. Many planets had joined their coalition, and kindness had become a guiding principle for many civilizations. And with that, their journey was complete. The Kinesians and Zax had shown the power of kindness to the universe, and they had left a lasting legacy that would inspire generations to come.